Hi, this is Ashley Eggleston, and I will be describing to you a point in my life where I was severely traumatized, and I am still very much impacted from this event. So picture this. You're a 19-year-old girl. It's August 3rd, 2019, and you're riding along in your black little Corolla with your boyfriend. It's a nice sunny day. There's not a cloud in the sky, and you're just going about your business. So picture this. We're coming back from Southwick Zoo. We went to walk around for a bit before I left for college. We go back to his house, all fine and dandy. We drop off his stuff, his souvenir stuff, and I get this gut instinct. I'm like, I just want to kind of chill out. Like, I don't want to go back in the car. It was like a gut instinct. And that gut instinct was telling me not to go out and drive, and I should have listened to that gut instinct, and I didn't. So, he wanted to go to his grandparents' house for something, and I forget, and his grandparents live like 5-10 minutes away. I'm like, not too far, we'll just, go and come back. Well, I'm like, whatever, we'll go. We'll be quick. We get in my car. We pull off his driveway. I take a right out of his street, and take another right. Now I'm on the main strip. His grandparents live on a very busy road. They live on South Main, so it's like kind of like the street that's like the drag from north to end to like north and south. So, his grandparents live on the left side, so I'm trying to turn left, so I'm crossing another lane of traffic. And I underestimated severely. I thought I had time. I claim I didn't see the other car coming. I claim that the other guy was on a cell phone, which I still believe to this day he was on a cell phone. And, I turned. I just didn't have a slightest how close he was and how fast he was going. But I turn, and my boyfriend's screaming at me because he knows we're going to get hit, and I'm just oblivious. I'm like, we're fine. Like, it's whatever. So as I'm turning, the guy T-bones me right before my passenger door. So it's like where the front wheel is on the passenger side. He T-bones me. I get out of the car. I'm shocked. Like, the impact was severely strong. So I'm like a mess because this is my first time ever getting into a car accident. So I don't know what to do. So I moved my car off the road, like kind of near his driveway. So like kind of off where the driveway is. And I just get out and I kind of stare at my car and I stare at my boyfriend. And of course his grandparents come running out because it was loud. It was a loud bang. So his grandparents, come running out. They're like, what's going on? And they see my car. They see what's going on. They're like, oh, you got in a car accident. The other guy who hit me, is like flipping out. It's not his car. It belongs to like his boss or something. I don't exactly remember, but it was his boss's car. And we called the cops. The cops came. Traffic was kind of like detoured around us. And I just was so embarrassed because it was my fault because I was turning. In the state of Massachusetts, when you turn into the other lane of traffic, when you cross that yellow line, it's automatically your fault. So there was no, 50-50 or the other guy's fault. But, I still believe he was on his phone. So I put that down on my report. I'm like, guy was on his phone. Like, he wasn't paying attention, because if he was paying attention, he would have stopped, immediately. But he didn't. He just kept on going, like I wasn't turning. So this was the hardest part, was calling my mom, because she's up the street at a family friend party. And I'm like, Mom, I just got into a car accident. And she flips out. She wasn't upset with me. She was kind of more worried and shocked. Because my boyfriend described it as a head-on collision, which it really wasn't. It was a T-bone. The side got hit. She comes. We fill the paperwork out. We talk to the police officer. We exchanged, insurance information. Every type of, paper we have in that car was, switched. And then the car is towed. And I was so optimistic because I'm like, oh, the car will be fine. The car is drivable. It's not totaled. And, a week later, the car came back totaled and I was devastated. Because you gotta remember, that was my car. I got it for my 16th birthday. I loved it. It was a great little tiny black Corolla. I loved it. It was great. It got me everywhere I needed to go. And I was devastated. Really devastated because my brother is a year younger than me. So he was going to take that car, like, once I left for school later that month, he was going to have the car and drive it around. But that wasn't going to happen because it's in the junkyard. But ever since that incident of getting into, like, the car crash and, like, experiencing that, I've had some sort of trauma because I don't like to drive anymore. So I went from driving everywhere, like, everywhere, to, like, not wanting to be in the driver's seat. Like, I'll get driven to work, my boyfriend will drive us around, and I don't know why. Like, I know I should get behind the wheel again and just drive, like, maybe to his house and back, because it's not far. It's, like, maybe 10 minutes max. But I'm scared to. I know that sounds, like, ridiculous, and it's just how I am. And that car accident really changed me, because before, it happened, I wasn't the best driver. I would, like, tailgate. I would, like, slam my brakes if someone was tailgating me. Like, I just wasn't a good driver. I would pull up right in front of people, and I would cut off people. I just wasn't overall a good driver. But, nothing happened to me, like, besides that in that car. So I'm like, whatever, I'm fine. Like, I'm good. Nothing, like, nothing's gonna happen. And it did happen. And I got hit. So I learned my lesson. So I'm extremely careful now when I'm in a car. Like, if I have to drive, I'll drive, but, like, I'm extremely careful. I'm, like, the person that kind of holds the line up because I'm, like, going the speed limit, because I can't drive, and I don't like it. I'd rather be driven around. I know that sounds pansy-ish, but I'd rather be driven. So that was me describing, like, a traumatic event in my life. I hope you enjoyed. Bye!